News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the new Fergus Now app on your phone. And it's time for one of my favorite segments. It is now Chamber on the Air with Lisa Workman, president of the Fergus Falls Area Chamber of Commerce. How's it going, Lisa?
Hey, fantastic day. It's beautiful outside.
It's gorgeous.
Sun is shining, that fresh little coating of snow. We could maybe crank up the temperature a couple more degrees. I'd be good with that.
Oh, always.
Always. Well, it is December, and happy to get the opportunity to share some stories with from our chamber members to all of the great folks that are listening to 1250 AM KBRF. As Dave mentioned, I'm Lisa Workman, and Dave, thanks for being a great boss, too. I appreciate it.
I do my best.
If you may not know, Dave is one of our volunteer board of directors, and just helps the chamber do the things that we do. And I'm going to talk about some of the things that we do before we get to our guests. Just want to thank everyone who came out to our first ever Merry Mix and Mingle Saturday night at the Eagles Club. A lot of fun, a lot of laughs, some good food, some cocktails maybe were had, and chocolate. So you can't go wrong with that. But once again, thanks to everyone who tried that out. That was our first time doing a little holiday party, and it was a great day. And Saturday, I got to say, was a fantastic day in Fergus Falls with the Over the River Festival. Started bright off early in the morning and went into maybe not the wee hours of the night, but great event. And a couple of our great small business owners are here to talk a little bit about what's going on with them. And first on the show is Jenny Christensen, Jenny Penny.
Yes.
Yeah. How many people call you that, right?
A lot, which is perfectly fine because that's actually where Penny Cakes comes from. I think I've told a couple people, but my nickname growing up was Jenny Penny. That's what my mom and my grandfather called me, and neither of them are around to see this happen anymore. So that's my way of paying homage to them, was calling it Penny Cakes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people out there who call me Jenny Penny or just Penny. So it works.
It works.
I answer.
And of course, Jenny is here with Penny Cakes.
Yes.
And you were part of the great Over the River Festival over the weekend with just works of art that taste so good. Like, wait, you got to throw in that tagline, though, the Sugary Empire of Joy.
The Sugary Empire of Joy, yes.
Yes, love it. So in your wildest dreams, did you ever think you'd have a cupcake trailer?
No, it was one of my wildest dreams. It was something when I first started opening the bakery. I was like, it'd be so cool is to have a dessert food truck. Like, I don't want a brick and mortar. Like, I want a cupcake food truck. It was always like a 5-year, 10-year plan. And it was amazing to see it happen so fast and just to have it. Like, it truly is a dream come true.
It's pretty cool and a great special event that you brought it out for in the wintertime. But if folks haven't had the pleasure of tasting some of that decadence of cupcakes and brownies, let's remind folks, what is Penny Cakes?
Yes, so Penny Cakes, I am I guess you could say like a small batch scratch bakery. It's just me. I'm the only baker back there, but I do cupcakes and brownies and custom cakes and cookies and all kinds of delicious, yummy, amazing desserts.
And I think what's very cool about it is when you bring something from Penny Cakes, whether you're bringing it as a hostess gift to a party or treating a neighbor or friends, or like you said, birthday cakes or cupcakes, when you show up with those, you've now made it a party. Like, it makes it super special.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of times, it's funny you say that, like, that it's something special, because people will come up to the truck sometimes and they'll be like, well, I just kind of wanted a vanilla cupcake. And I'm like, well, I don't do boring cupcakes.
You could order them.
You can order them if you want. But even then, like, even if you order just a plain vanilla or chocolate cupcake from me, like for a custom order, it's not going to be a boring, like, you're going to get a pretty fantastic looking cupcake.
And tasting too.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing tasting too.
Yes.
And I would have never thought that cupcakes could go with beer until you've done like the Snack Attack cupcake.
Yeah,
that's got to be one of my favorites.
Yes, and that one was specifically, as you mentioned, developed to pair with beer. And I've done that. I've done that with Fergus Brewing a couple times, a couple different beer and cupcake tasting events. And I'm hoping to kind of work with them some more, hopefully, on just having a cupcake there that you could purchase from them to pair with beer, hopefully. Yeah, where there's been some talks. So
why
we'll
not?
see.
Why not? So I would imagine this time of year is quite busy for you with holiday treats. And, I used to go through the trouble of making 14 different things, but, for some reason, I have less time in my day. Can you help a girl out for something like that?
You know it. That is what I'm here for. If you don't want to do that, I can. more than happy to be up to my eyeballs in cookies this time of year. So, yeah, I do. I have a bunch of different options for holiday pre-orders. I have my treat trays that I do every year, which is cookies and brittle and fudge. We have half trays and full trays available. We have cookie tins. So if you want just the cookies, there's a dozen variety cookies. They're in a festive tin. There's shipping available this year too. So if you want some edible gifts sent to somebody, that is something that I can provide for you. And then also on the cookie tin side, I'm also doing lump of coal cookies. So they are a double chocolate chip cookie with black M&Ms, activated charcoal, and then black like chocolate rocks on top. And they're in a nice black tin with the black. It's really fun. So if your favorite naughty person, you can send them some lump of coal cookies. And then I'm also doing character cupcakes for special orders this year. So they're the Santa cupcake, which is a chocolate chip, and then a Grinch cupcake, which is pistachio and raspberry, and the Rudolph cupcake, which is chocolate, and then he's got a little Hershey Kiss for his little red nose on top.
Cute.
So yeah, they're all on my website, which is pennycakes.com, and that's PENEY cakes.com.
Fantastic. And you were at the Over the River Festival. Are there places that folks, now that that's passed, sorry if you missed it, but if folks want to pick up cupcakes, are you offering some grab and goes?
Yes. Yep. If you come to my bakery case, which is just behind Toast in that little vestibule.
Right. Between Toast and the market.
Yep.
There.
Between Toast and the market through that rear entrance. I will have all of my flavor. I'm calling them flavors of the month instead of flavors of the week because they'll be there all month long.
It is that season.
Yep. So it's peppermint hot cocoa, gingerbread cookie, eggnog, and caramel candy. I'll have them all month long, along with dip pretzels and cookies and brownies and all kinds of goodies for you to come and grab and go.
Okay. And the times that folks can come to the bakery case then?
Yes. Yep. So it's typically Tuesday through Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 to noon.
Including today.
Except not right now because I'm right here. But I will be back after this. But yeah, unless something catastrophic happens with my kids, I'm usually there between 9 and noon.
Oh, fantastic. And of course, folks can follow you on Instagram and Facebook. Check out your website. They can place those special orders.
Absolutely.
They can have them shipped. And thank goodness you have those cupcake tasters at home too that try all these different things.
Yeah, they're pretty. They're not sad. They're not upset about that job. So.
Not at all. Well, and before we switch gears and talk about additional shopping downtown with Amy Hicks with Dandelion and Burdock, I do want to share like my favorite thing. You got me hooked this summer on the salted caramel brownie.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. If you have not tried that, folks, do yourself a favor. Grab some ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Heat the brownie up just a little bit.
That's the best way to do it is with a little bit of ice cream.
And just like one half of the serving with a little ice cream is perfect. You will hate me later, but you'll thank me later, and you'll thank Jenny. Every time you see her, you'll be like, oh, I need those.
The salted caramels are definitely a fan favorite. That's
Absolutely.
For sure.
Well, I think all of them are. I haven't had anything that I didn't like, but I'm here to admit that is my current addiction.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
Glad
it's good stuff.
Glad to be your dealer of salted caramel brownies.
Fantastic. Well, speaking of dealers, Amy Hicks is joining us now on the show too, and Amy's one of the owners of Dandelion and Burdock, and you guys have had some great deals and have some great, really just amazing sales and great selection downtown Fergus Falls. Amy, are we coming up on 2 years now that you guys have been open?
We are actually at about 2.5 years. We broke that 2-year mark.
Yay. And so you guys are located right downtown Fergus Falls, across the street from a Center for the Arts. You can't miss it. Great shopping. And I would imagine, okay, now folks, if you're driving, keep driving with one hand, but raise your hand if you've been in Dandelion Burdock. Okay, we need to see more hands in the air. Head downtown.
We're right at 121 West Lincoln Avenue, like you mentioned, right across from the center, the theater there, right next to Biffley's. We're in the center block of right downtown. So,
and I think one of the greatest things about Dandelion and Burdock is that it's not just women's clothing, but you carry men's stuff too. And I would imagine, it's been a few years since some businesses and companies have had holiday parties, or you haven't had to get together for something, and guys maybe go into their closet and realize that the dryer shrunk all of their dress shirts. You guys can help them out.
We definitely have glammed it up a little bit more this winter season. We do have obviously the hoodies and the comfy shirts as well, but we've got some sequins and stuff in for the girls. And then we did just get in some dress vests and ties, and we always have the bow ties as well for the gentlemen. And so, yeah, we're kind of glamming it up, dressing it up this season.
Well, and you made a good point there too, Amy, that it's not just dress clothes that you guys have. You have the range from, like you said, the comfy T-shirts and hoodies and slouchy pants, the get home from work pants.
We kind of try and range anywhere from like high school age on up. And depending on how you wear, where you're going, what you're doing, we can try and cater to that. So
and right, and I think that's what's super cool too, is that you guys provide that high level of customer service and attention to the folks that come in. That, like you said, whether you're a teenager or you're in your 60s, 70s, on up, there is something in your store, and people might think when they walk in, they go, "Oh, I don't wear sequins," but yeah, have you seen these pants with like cats all over them? Or
yes, and we obviously do take suggestions too, and if we hear enough, then we'll try and order that in specifically for you guys. So
all kinds of ideas, and like you said, everything from teens to on up, and a lot of different like things for men too, and accessories. So let's talk a little bit about kind of like some of those accessories and bow ties.
Well, we actually didn't carry bow ties right off the bat, and we got a lot of suggestions for it. So that's when we started carrying them, and they've been just a hot seller. Everyone super loves them. So we do have those. We have regular ties. We've got belts for the guys. We've got suspenders even.
Ooh.
Right. We got a few pieces of jewelry for men too. Wood watch. We got sunglasses. Oh boy, the list just goes on and on.
Right. So whether you're shopping for yourself or you're,
a nifty gifty for the holiday season.
Nifty gifty. I like that. I want people to come in this week and go, I'm looking for a nifty gifty.
Absolutely.
Right. Whether it's a gift or stocking stuffer, that type of thing, you guys have a variety. And that's, again, those are just for the men. How about for us gals?
Oh, for the ladies, oh goodness, we got purses. We've got, again, some belts. We've got backpacks. We've got plenty of jewelry for you to choose from rings to necklaces to earrings.
All kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, all
and
sorts.
Again, everything from fancy to totally slouchy.
If I could interject here, I actually have a fun story. I had to do a photo shoot not too long ago, and it's. You guys will see why in January, but I stood at my closet for 20 minutes and I was like, I have nothing to wear. So I literally threw my jacket on, ran to Dandelion Burdock, ran inside, and Paul was the only one there. And I was like, Paul, I need you to dress me. I have no idea what to wear. And so he just started like throwing all this stuff at me. And like, I ended up finding an amazing outfit for this photo shoot. So talk about customer service. It was amazing that I was just like bawling, like I don't have anything to wear. And he helped me.
Dandelion and Burdock came in and
we were there for you.
Saved the day.
Well, and I think that's what's great too, that sets apart. I mean, this is what small businesses do, is you really take care of your customers like on an individual basis, whatever that need is you can come into the store and talk to Amy and talk to Paul. They're the owners, and say, well, here's what I'm looking for. Here's the reason.
Yes.
And you guys can help pick stuff out. And you guys are so good at picking out things that like I would have never thought of.
You would never paired that with that, but yet it works.
Yeah. Because, Jenny and I, we probably have a very similar closet where we look at it and stare at it and go, I don't know what I'm going to wear.
I have nothing to wear.
Yeah, I have nothing to wear. It's full, but
you guys don't even want to know what my closet looks like. Really.
Well, and I think that's what's cool too, is that you guys go out and you try the things and you show them on Facebook and Instagram. Let's talk a little bit about shackets.
Oh goodness, the shacket.
Yeah.
So they became popular really last year. So it's basically an oversized flannel, but it has pockets.
Yeah.
So there's the shacket. It's a shirt jacket. And they're so comfy. You can wear them almost anywhere, and they look good. So
lots of great options. So if you don't own a shacket yet, I highly recommend it because you can throw it on literally like over anything. Maybe your house is a little cool, and it's something that it's like, okay, yep, I'm gonna just throw that on and run to the store.
Right. I'm double layered up today with a sweater on and a jacket. So
That was one of the items that Paul threw at me that day.
Yes.
So
Gotta check those out.
well, and I did want to mention quick too, we did bring in some fun nifty gifties again for the holiday season with otters.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, so we have little tiny hoodies for the little ones.
Ooh,
And they have a
fun.
little tail on the back and a little otter hat.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so they're super cute. And we do have the backpacks of the otters. We have otter pants, lounge pants for the adults as well, and t-shirts. So we kind of went that direction with Ottertail County. It's our mascot in Fergus Falls. So we're kind of running with it.
Well, and I think is great too is that it's not your traditional otter gear too. It's like can be a little more subtle but a little more playful too at the same time. You know, that's one of my son's favorite shirts is the otter riding the bicycle. Yes. That's kind of like a staple.
So popular.
Everyone needs one of those. Well, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about holiday shopping. Stay tuned.
My favorite all time is the snow was just coming off the plow just perfect, and the strobes were making it. You know, it was just like it was stopped in midair. But that Motley Crue "Kickstart My Heart" is my favorite song to be plowing with.
My favorite snack in the plow truck is definitely coffee. Being on the A shift, that sun starts to come up in the morning, and that about puts you to sleep. So coffee is my go-to. Otherwise, I'll plug my cell phone into the radio and just listen to music and keep making rounds. I like to listen to rock and roll. That's just what I'm partial to. Something that'll keep me awake.
Well, I'm usually not in the plow truck unless we're really short of drivers. I'm usually driving around making sure they're doing their jobs. But yes, coffee is a definite go-to for me. Also Mountain Dew if it's later in the day. Coffee's usually a morning thing, and I don't know. I listen to rock and country depending on the day. Most days when you're out in a snowstorm, it's probably rock and roll to keep you going. Snacks, grab some chips or something here and there, but that's about it.
Yeah, I definitely prefer coffee. If I don't have time to make coffee in the mornings, I have a backup 12 backup Mountain Dew in the truck. I try not to have food in there because, of course, then you just it's nice to have it handy, but it's better for me if I don't have it there for tempting reasons. Sometimes when I stop for fuel or whatever, get out. Depends upon what road I'm on. There's a couple favorite spots like that. Get out and stretch and clean up the lights off the back truck, and then go and get, a breakfast bagel or pizza or something, in the morning.
All the trucks are different. I know we have AVLs in our trucks. It's a GPS tracking system. We can tell where the drivers are at all times. Gives us recommendations for what potential snow is on the road or ice, and it gives us a recommendation of how much salt or sand to put down. Truck operators can enter the road conditions for the specific route they're on, and that will relay a message to 511 and change them road conditions. So when the traveling public's looking at the 511, they can see that, there's ice and compaction, or if it's blowing snow, or if it's normal driving conditions. Typically, we like to run straight salt. If we can. There again, on days it's sub-zero temperatures, the salt ain't as effective, and at that point you got to switch to sand, basically to give them some grit. You get down around that zero, salt isn't going to melt as effectively in there. If it is melting, it might refreeze, so then you have a slipperier surface than what you started with.
Yeah, so I plow basically from Fergus to Highway 108. We usually have 2 trucks on each of our road segments on the interstate, and I plow usually the right lane. I pull a tow plow behind the truck, so we have the capability to plow both lanes if we want to, or the tow plow also has liquid capability. It'll hold 2,000 gallons of brine. Warmer temperatures, it definitely helps melt the roads off and reduce salt usage.
We don't use salt brine. We do coat our salt with mag chloride so that it lowers the freezing working temperature. Also, it keeps the salt from clumping together. If it's really cold, we will use a 10% salt sand mixture. The majority time normally is a 50-50 blend, 50% salt, 50% sand. We don't necessarily have a bare pavement policy. Obviously, slipperiness is a very high priority to take care of. This is why we use the 50-50. Sand helps give you instant traction, and then the salt will help with the ice later.
My name is Rosie Murillo, and I'm from Pelican Rapids. Grew up there, went to school there. Most of my family is there, and I consider it home. We do have a big factory that hundreds of people work there. So when the first COVID case came up, within a week, there was cases coming up. We were all exposed to it. We unfortunately had some close losses to our family. I lost my very beloved uncle. I also had my mother and my father at the hospital at the same time. My mom was asthmatic to begin with, and after that, her asthma was triggered really bad. And my father became paraplegic. Doctors don't know precisely, other than COVID caused this. At the time that they got ill, they have some pre-existing conditions, and my uncle had a lung transplant. My parents are diabetic and have heart issues, but I think all this could have been prevented too. And I believe at that time it was still too early, and they were probably not offering the vaccines. I think if they would have had the vaccines by then, it might have made a difference. We look at the flu, we look at the polio, we look at all these other things. It's like, well, it's the benefits. It will outcome everything else. And I encourage everyone as much as possible to vaccinate themselves, to protect themselves. You're not only doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for your loved ones.
News Talk 1250 KBRF, and we're back with Chamber on the Air and Lisa Workman.
That's when you know it's live.
Dave, we are having so much fun here. It is just so much fun to talk about all the great options there are throughout Fergus Falls. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention it's Shop, Drop, and Win time at the Fergus Falls Chamber. This is our annual holiday campaign that we are rewarding and encouraging folks to shop throughout Fergus Falls for the holidays. So whether it's cupcakes or nifty gifties or anything throughout Fergus Falls, you can shop, drop, and win. And we don't want you to drop down to the sidewalk or anything like that. We want you to shop and then drop by the chamber with your receipts, or go on to our website at fergusfalls.com, and you can register to win $500 in Fergus bucks. And this will continue. The shopping continues, or the promotion continues through December 12th. And on December 13th, we're going to do our final drawing. We're giving a total of $500 in Fergus bucks away, and that's money that can go right back into our community. And if you shop at Penny Cakes or Dandelion and Burdock or any one of our other 350 chamber members, you get double entries for each of those purchases. So we want to encourage you to shop, of course, locally, but specifically with our chamber members and get double entries for those purchases. So like I said, you can shop now through December 12th. Of course, we want you to continue to shop, past December 12th. But the campaign, our last drawing is on December 13th, and we want you to have plenty of time to spend those Fergus bucks in our community. So head to our website at fergusfalls.com or head down to the Chamber office at 202 South Court Street and get registered for the Fergus Falls Chambers Shop, Drop, and Win. The other thing that we want to talk about today, too, is that we have some different activities and events coming up right around the new year. We've got Virtual Chamber Cafe coming up on January 12th. We want to make sure that you get registered for that, so you can check out our website for that. And then we'll be doing a ribbon cutting and an open house with Mid-Minnesota Federal Credit Union on January 30th. So not that we're going to push the calendar along too far, but we got to do a fair amount of planning. And when it comes to planning, we want to make sure that folks get their treats. So we forgot to mention with Jenny from Penny Cakes. Jenny, you mentioned you'll do some shipping, but I would imagine people need to get some orders placed for that, so that
Yes. Yep, absolutely.
you have time to actually bake them and get them sent off.
Get them sent, and so that they can get to your recipient by Christmas. So if you want something shipped, definitely get your order in by the 16th, because I do need to ship them by the 17th to make sure that they get in by Christmas. But in general, I do have for pickups every Friday, all month through the end of the month. So even for New Year's, just make sure you're getting your orders in basically by Thursday, so that I can have everything ready for you to be picked up on Fridays.
Fantastic. And of course, your website has a wealth of information.
Yes.
Penny Cakes, Peney,
yep.
cakes.com. Well, and speaking of great things going on in the community, Amy with Dandelion and Burdock is here. And Amy, you guys have been doing something special and unique for one of your neighbors downtown, too. Let's talk a little bit about the Health Resources partnership that you have going on.
So we have a giving tree going on with them. They are just, right around the corner from us, just down the block. And if you bring in a donation for their baby store, we will give you 10% off your entire purchase that day. And then also get you in a drawing we have 2 wood watches. There's a men's wood watch and a ladies' wood watch that we are going to be drawing for on the 23rd. So right before Christmas.
Fantastic. And what a great way to give back to the community. So, items that they're looking for would be anything baby related, especially diapers.
Yes, diapers, baby wash, baby wipes, blankets, clothes, you name it.
All kinds of more fun stuff to shop for, too. All kinds of great things. So thank you for doing that. And again,
absolutely,
it's our small businesses that make these partnerships that help out both nonprofits and clubs and churches and schools, and know that every dollar that people are spending locally with our small businesses and with our large businesses too, they're giving back to the community in so many different ways. It's one of the things that makes Fergus Falls a great place to shop, to live, and to play. Well, I want to mention just a couple more things here. We've got our Shop, Drop, and Win campaign going on through December 12th. Get registered by then. Like I said, if you go to Service Food, you'll probably get a little piece of paper with a QR code, a magic code that you can scan with your phone, and you can enter that way. Our tip of the day is take a picture of each of your receipts first if you want to enter online. And, of course, you can scan these codes when you get the little insert at Service Food. Dandelion and Burdock and many of the other stores that I've seen throughout the community have the little QR code posted right by the cash register, right by the checkout. Make it easy, right?
We got it right there for you.
And if you're shopping somewhere like me where I don't have physical receipts, you can ask for one to be texted or emailed to you and just take a screenshot, and then you can send the image that way too.
Absolutely. We want all purchases to be included in the Shop, Drop, and Win so that folks can get a chance to win the $500 in Fergus bucks. Again, it's just the Chamber's way of saying thank you for shopping locally this holiday season. And if you're still stumped and don't know what to get, folks, pick up some Fergus bucks at the Chamber. We have them available. You can buy them with cash, check, credit card. No credit card fees for the holiday season, so feel free to order Fergus bucks. They're like getting a gift card that works throughout Fergus Falls at any one of our 350 chamber members throughout the community. So feel free to get in touch with us if you want to order some Fergus bucks. And boy, that's a lot going on for this holiday season. Right. We want to wish you guys both a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Hard to believe it's December, right?
I know, right?
It flew right by. Yes.
Time flies when you're having fun. Well, this has been Chamber on the Air. If you are interested in being a guest on a future show, get in touch with me or with Paul Hicks at 218-736-6951. I'm Lisa Workman with the Fergus Falls Chamber, and we will see you again next year.
Thanks.
Thank you.